Here we go again, back at you with another video. In this video we're gonna discuss what Lil Wayne said. Lil Wayne stated he didn't think racism still existed. He didn't think it still existed. But before I begin, I want to give honor to everybody watching this video. I want to give honor to everybody handling their business, taking care of their family, their children. If you're going to school, if you're working, if you got a business, I'll give honor to you. Anything you're doing that's constructive and progressive, honors to you. I would like to give praise to the Almighty God Allah, the creator of the universe. Peace, Islam. So let's begin. So I compiled some notes like I always do if you've been watching my videos. So I'm going to start with Lil Wayne's statements. He stated he didn't think racism still existed. He said, "When I'm coming out the bottom of the stage at my show and I open my eyes and I see everybody, I don't have this type of crowd or that type of crowd. My crowd has always been everybody." So you got to understand something. Lil Wayne been in the music industry, I want to say since 13. I think he already became a millionaire at maybe 17, but he been in the music industry for a long time. He been a star. He been on the stage for a long time. He been in the public eye for a long time, so he probably been viewed different. His reality is a little bit different than the masses of us. So I'll take that into consideration. And I know he knows more, and I'm sure he has his reason for his statements and his agenda and his reasons for trying to curb racism. But let's get into some real stuff, because racism does exist on different levels. So let's get into it. So I have my notes here. So I stated, when tracing the word racism, which only dates back to the 1930s, goes back to a term from 1879, racialism, and the root word is race. Now, the word race dates back to the 1300s, and it means the act of running. Some etymologists say that race can be traced back to the Arabic word ras, which means head, beginning, or origin. In Hebrew, it means the same. In the 1500s, the term race was also used to mean people of common descent, tribe, nation, or people of common stock. By 1774, the term race was used to divide humans based on physical characteristics. That was around 1774. So what does racism mean? I don't know. But based on the modern usage of the word race, I think racial prejudice is what we experience on a social level. You know, when your next door neighbor's European, pale skin, or what y'all like to call white, but the members of the Moorish Science Temple, we use the terms pale skin because we don't believe that people can be classified as white or black. And I'll save that for another video. But for the social conformity, for this video, I will use the terms white and black. So, where I'll leave off at. Okay, I think racial prejudice is what we experience on a social level. Now let's bring back in the term racism and deal with the root word race and its suffix ism, which implies practice or system. Racism is what we experience on an economic level. In America, what we have been taught is white people they are at the head of industry, which is commercial enterprise, i.e. business. Far as economics, they are at the head. This is true. They are at the head of the race. racism, race, they are at the head of this race. Race implies running or competition or something competitive. So right now, who we call white people are at the head of this, they are at the head of industry in this race. And the so-called Negro, blacks, and coloreds are behind in this race, or maybe not even in the race, which causes us to be looked down upon socially by other nations and our counterparts, so-called whites. If the so-called blacks of America got together and began their own business enterprises and cultivated their own acres of land, hold on. I'm sorry, I killed the spirit a little bit, so let me read back that. If the so-called blacks of America got together and began their own business enterprises and cultivated their own acres of land, they can start to break from the not the mental slavery, we're suffering from that too, but they can start to break from the economic slavery that we suffer at the hands of some of our counterparts who engage in racism as it pertains to industry. Now, a quote from the great Marcus Garvey. He stated, all peoples are struggling to blast a way through the industrial monopoly of races and nations, but the Negro as a whole has failed to grasp its true significance and seems to delight in filling the only place created for him by the white man. So Lil Wayne, although he is a star, although he is a millionaire, who is at the head of the music industry? Not if you want to divide the races up as they have already done, which is really only one race, which is the human race. But around 1774, as I laid down already, they have divided humans based on physical characteristics. So that will make the heads of the music industry a different race from Lil Wayne. So Lil Wayne is making more money while his counterparts are making more money and using his energy to become wealthy while they use little of their energy. So he's using this much energy to make his profits, and they're using this much industry to make more profits than he is making. So that's economic slavery. So we have to create our own business enterprises, which is hard because complex, but the so-called Negro has to have more self-determination, more confidence in himself. He has to have more unity. His spirit has to be enlarged. He has to have more heart. Yeah, he got heart in the hood for shooting and fighting, but I'm talking about heart to get out here in the world and carve out his own destiny in industry, economics, and business. So I'm going to keep this short. I just wanted to address this because this is, relevant. And I said on my channel I will give some current events. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. So subscribe, share, subscribe. And I'm going to keep this energy going. I'm going to keep this energy high. I'm going to keep these videos flowing. I'm going to keep them coming. Comment, whatever you want to do, but I support you, and I appreciate everybody that watch. I appreciate every view. I appreciate every like. I appreciate every share. I definitely appreciate every subscription. With that, I say peace.